Good afternoon, one and all. So as already that I don't want to elaborate some more because already the introduction has been given. So 2-3 bit under the theme of the quantum sensing is that just the 2-3 bit dial as well as the acid production is under the regulation of the quantum sense. The theme here is that by quenching this pathway so that we can enhance and in order to have the economical edge also. So and firstly the uses of the 2-3 bit dial followed by what the challenges it is posing that we have to so fast. So here, first the thing is that, so it is used as a precursors in order to synthesize the spandex as well as the garment action and having a myriad of uses. Like for example, the pharmaceutical fumigants, masking and softening agents and so on. So due to this, the wide huge demand or somewhat in demand, and at the same time, but the conventional source is that it's from the petroleum source. So as a result of the scarcity of the crude oil as well as the somewhat in demand, so it proves that means to seek for any alternative method, that is the microbial fermentation, so that by anaerobic conditions it can synthesize the 2,3 bit diol. So here the comes again the picture is that what are the mainly the producers of this is the Klebsiella as well as Enterobacter and Serratia. Already literature reports that through by the current quenching in Serratia species that we can quench the pathway as well as to enhance the 2-3 bit diol. And here comes that means how come they firstly by taking this microorganism and how it converts by taking this machinery. Here I would like to explore this and to elucidate this. Here by taking either the monosaccharide, that means either by the hexose pathway or the pentose pathway. So it's a universal pathway up to the pyruvate through by the glycolysis. But here comes, but again the pyruvate is the main substrate for the three enzymes. One is for the ALS, if it is active by the ALS and it's operon, so it will be synthesizing the 2,3 bit diol. But whereas the pyruvate and the if it is active over that so that it forms the formate and ultimately it forms to the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen. Apart from that, the lactodehydrogenase will act on this pyruvate in order to produce the lactate. So here comes, if the mainly here the kingpin is that the conditions which we are maintaining. For example, if it is of aerobic conditions, obviously the dotted line shows that it undergoes again it goes to the TCA cycle. As a result, the purpose will be a futile or either defeated. So here is that the maintaining the facultative and the facultative conditions where it may produce the ethanol, acetate and 2,3 bit diol. But under strictly anaerobic conditions, through by this PET carboxylase it forms the succinate. So here the strategy is in order to improve and to have a competitive edge economically as well as storage. And sorry to mention that here, why do the main basic question comes here? Why do the bacteria will accumulate the 2,3 bit diol? Here the two physiological roles it meets 2,3 bit diol. By the 2,3 bit diol is firstly in order to reduce the acidity as well as in storage conditions whenever it is energy is needed, energy is demanded in the system, that will be triggered from the 2,3 bit diol and it can be provided. So here the strategy is in order to improvement is that first the quantum quenching, that when the strain can be improved through by blocking or through by this quenching this method or this signal. Second is the substrate alternation. For example, just already we have seen that the available of the lignocellulosics as well as the non-lignocellulosic like the glycerol we can use, and whereas the food byproducts also can be used. And but till yet to explore about this because rather than buckling of this sources of the byproduct, so it's better to go for the widely available lignocellulosics. So the first is a substrate alternation followed by the process development like whether to give because it is literature reports that by giving supplementing the acetic acid as a nitrogen content so it can become prep of the system, and as well as the downstream processing of the 2,3 bit diol, especially like in what way that we have to extract because it's a myriad of that. So here we want to have especially the clean pathway. So how can we achieve this? Well, the first point is that through by quantum quenching, and there is a mechanism that polymix as well as the pneumonia that it says that the E2, E1, E2, E3 are the four elements which depends upon the NADH and E5 depends upon the NADPH. Here rather than quenching because they are the ethanol and acetate and the 2,3 bit diol are the byproducts it forms, and even for the extraction also that it's a cumbersome as well as our purpose will be defeated. So in order to overcome all these things, so by this quantum quenching and through by the blocking, we can block the whole pathway and so that we can ensure that only the 2,3 bit diol has been produced. And here comes still my work is a novice, so I am just isolated the bacteria and the cellulose, semicellulose and lignin content was determined and estimated by Weiss and the Silverman, Mamlet and Lee and Kusen et al. Respectively. And here this is the results. Just now that means these 4 substrates I have went through because this is the best cheap lignocellulosics, the sugar cane, that 37% oil seed, 42% of cellulose, wheat straw and water hyacinth, which is of 32 and 18% respectively. Especially where I would like to focus for the cellulose and hemicellulose because by this is the best raw materials by which it can streamline into the 2-3 pigeon diet. And these still yet to corn cups and jet rubber carcass and rice straw are yet to be determined in the lignocellulosic methods. And this is at loss, and these are the conclusions that so apart from playing the physiological role, it is having widely economical role also. So the second thing is that through by this facilitating the cheap raw material sources, we can have the edge over the industrial production. And the third one is that is discovery and as well as the designing is very very important. And the fourth one, mainly the current quenching is the best method because in order to quench the current sensing pathway. Thank you.